For this lesson, you need to open the sample file Investments1 from your Sample Files folder. In this lesson, we'll use the PV, or present value, and FV, or future value, functions to value investments. First, let's consider future value. Future value is used to work out how much capital will accumulate if a fixed amount is saved each month at a specified compound interest rate. In this lesson, we explore the following scenario. I save $100 each month towards my retirement fund. If I save for 25 years, and the interest rate during this time will be 4%, how much money will I have in my fund upon retirement? In the last lesson, you discovered how to use the Insert Function button to access functions in Excel's vast function library. But you can also access the library by using the ribbon. I'll click in cell B7, the cell I want the function to appear in, and then click the Formulas tab on the ribbon, and in the Function Library group, Financial. I'll then scroll down and look for the FV function, and when I click the FV function, the Function Arguments dialog box appears. The first argument is the rate. That's the interest rate per period. Now the annual rate is 4%. I'll click in cell B5 to reference this. So the monthly rate will be B5 divided by 12. Next is the N per argument. Now that's the total number of payment periods in the investment. Well, I know I'm paying for 25 years, so I'll click in cell B4 to bring back that value, and I'll need to multiply by 12 to work out how many monthly payments I'll make. And the next box, PMT, is the actual amount that I pay every month. Well, that's in cell B3, $100. I now click the OK button, and I can see that when I retire, I'll have $51,412.95 in my retirement fund. Notice that in the same way as for the PMT function in the last lesson, this amount is shown as negative. If for presentation purposes you'd like to see it as a positive value, you can do this by placing a minus operator just in front of the F of FV. And because two negatives make a positive, that converts the value to positive. Let's now consider the second scenario, the car loan. I've loaned my friend John $20,000 to buy a car. John has agreed to repay $1,000 per month for 2 years, making me $4,000 in interest on the deal. I want to sell the loan on to my other friend Bill. Bill says he's happy to buy it from me, but he needs a return of 12% on his investment. I can use the PV function, or present value function, to work out what the loan's worth today, based upon Bill's requirement for a 12% return. So I'll click in cell B15, and then the Formulas tab on the ribbon, once again in the Function Library group, the Financial button, and I'll look for the PV function. When I find it, I click, and the Function Arguments dialog appears. The first argument, the rate, is the interest rate per period, in this case per month, so I'll click on the annual interest rate and then divide by 12 to calculate the monthly interest rate. N per is the number of payments. Well, John's going to pay me for 2 years, so I'll click in B12 to bring back 2 years, and that will represent 24 monthly payments, so I'll multiply by 12 to convert the 2 years into 24 months. And the last argument is the payment function. How much does John pay me? He pays me $1,000 a month, so I click on cell B11 to bring back the $1,000. And when I click OK, I can see that, as usual, I'm returning a negative value, so I think I'll just put a minus in front of the P to convert that to positive. And I can see that my investment is worth $21,243.39. So that's the figure I would sell the loan to Bill for. Well, all that remains is to save your work, and I'm going to save with the new name Investments2, and as usual, I'll save to the folder above my Sample Files folder. I click the Save button, and you've now completed Lesson 3.4. Use the PV and FV functions to value investments.